Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I'm feeling a little bit exhausted. It's my first real week back to work, but the difference is my work is our community, and just so many things going on, and doing meetings and chatting with everybody in our Patreon. Holy crap, man! It takes a toll on you. I'm glad I set it up where it's only 2 meetings a day, but we just wrapped up um, our first strategy meeting, and that was pretty awesome. I have to admit, uh, strategizing with like-minded people for a coming bull market. Yeah, I like that. Let's see what you guys got to say. Hello, AP. Hope you're doing well. Good morning. Good evening, T-Bird. Had a call with this was it this morning. My days are all mixed up. Yeah, it was bright and early this morning. I had a call with a gentleman from Australia at 8 a.m. my time. So it went very well. I think it's going to be live on his site pretty soon, or one of his podcasts. It's amazing the people that you come across. Luke Duke, hello. How you doing? Putting Guru. Howdy, everybody. I think you're talking about the cover image. Beware the FOMO. Hello, Matt. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Chico. See you in 2 days, sir. Hey, fam. Who loves nice little hex pumps? All hail King Richard. Version 3 is so close. Yes, it is. The Grand Pepe. How do you like that? I made that on mid-Germany. Took me a couple tries. Used up all the rest of my free prompts with Midjourney, but I'll probably get a paid account. Good evening. I got FOMO, bought more T-shares today. Hey, look, that chart I showed you last night, T-shares, it's going to cost more and more hex. It's not going to be going down, guys. I'm telling you. I think we have one more opportunity to get cheap hex, and that's going to be after Pulse Chain launches. That'll be your last real opportunity until the next bear market. And even then, after the next bear market, if we do a 50x again or 20x, and then we drop 90%, it's still not going to be 2.5 cents again or 3.5 cents. Might be your last opportunity. Steve D says, getting a double Randy dose tonight. Bring it on. Loving it. Hey, Steve. Thanks for showing up. They'll tell you the strategy meetings, they're gonna mature, and as we get it going, they're gonna be really powerful. So if you guys haven't done the Patreon yet, come on, join us. Where's Elliot? Oh, how did I get up? What I do? Come on. I clicked something. I went all the way down to the bottom. There we go. FOMO fog knows all. Guys, be careful of FOMO. Don't listen to crypto media. Don't listen to Twitter. I'm not convinced we're going into a bull market here. This is right now, the signals are green, right? The signals are still green. So don't worry about that. We haven't turned it. I'll let you know as soon as the signals are red. But just be careful putting all your USDC or whatever you have into the crypto market at the moment, especially the main cryptos, Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff like that, because when they do tumble, they could tumble very, very, very fast. Why do so many people suggest taking profits when we're still down 94%? I never understood, but I'm good with holding and taking my profits at all-time high. Well, the thing is, like people like me, I do not believe that we're back in a bull market yet. We're close. We're definitely getting close. But when they say take your profits, it's because they're like me. They have a sense that this isn't the real bull market yet. And there's folks out there who disagree with me, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I just don't feel like it's an overwhelming urge that we have to put all the money back in right now. I don't think so. If I'm wrong, whatever. If most of you are like me, you have hex stakes, and the majority of your money is in hex. Say it's 80 or 90%, and you're set. I mean, my average is 11 years. Do I regret doing 11 years? Yeah, I do. But it's still staked. So I can't do anything with it anyways. So I don't care what the market does. It's cool looking at my staker app and seeing the value go up. But is it really going up? I can't do anything. I can't sell it if I wanted to. Crypto compassion. Hey, everybody. Jeremy says, is this what we're in right now? What I believe they call a small bull trap? That's what I feel it is. And there's people that disagree with me. And seriously, there's people that are very smart who I totally respect, who think that the bear market is over and we have moved into a bull. How? The macro environment is just destroyed right now. Even if the Fed pulls back the interest rate hike, say that we have one more at quarter point or even a half point or something, for the next 6 months after that, it's still going to stay the same rate. They're not going to switch to, print. They're not going to do that. They're going to stay with high interest rates. What does the high interest rates do? It causes unemployment. It causes people not to be able to afford mortgages. It's going to cause people to go into foreclosure. It's going to cause companies to do layoffs. That's what happens when you raise interest rates. Companies downsize because they can't afford to borrow as much cheap money to expand their businesses or to keep their business going. This is economics, folks. This is what happens. And if the other mandate for the Fed is to keep unemployment low, when 6 months, or we'll say 9 months from now, or 10 months in the fall, 1 year before the new election, they have to open up the spigots again. A spigot is the water faucet, right? But it's going to be the inflation faucet. Why? Because they need to reignite the economy. They need to get things going again, or else the Democrats who happen to be in power right now, like Biden or whoever who's going to run for the Democrats, will have no chance if they go into an election with a destroyed economy. And they're not doing anything of remediating that and giving people jobs again. So that is why I'm still bearish, because nothing's changed. And if we're still here talking in November and the rates have not started coming down, I'll be super surprised, or rumors of the rates coming down. That's when I think the bull market really kicks off, is when as soon as the pivot happens, then they say, okay, now we're going to start lowering rates. Oh. You're welcome, Ben. Great Zoom. Learn so much. No problem. Grandpa's Club is open. Pulse Club. Hi, Mom. It is so nice to see you. So excited again. You're back to sharing your knowledge in a big way. Yeah. Guys, since my son was born, I haven't been doing this. I haven't been it's been 5 years. I almost had like a 5-year vacation from work. And now it's just time. I just felt the urge. It's time to start doing what I do best. And that's sharing and educating and coming up with stuff and writing and creating content. I got lazy. Yeah, I'm still one of the, I was on fire on Twitter. But the whole Shemitah thing really reignited that back in me. You guys watching and following and helping me along with that really got me going to say, you know what? I need to start educating again. It's working out good. Umberto's in Miami. Really? You think so? Well, if we do have more Pulse Chain news, I think it will. It'll pump nicely. Tim says, I did my first Hedron stake for Icosa on Tuesday. Beautiful, Tim. Beautiful. And remember, you don't ever have to unstake those. You could just keep going with those, the Hedron and Icosa stakes. The stake might be complete, but you don't actually have to unstake it. If you don't want to. It's not like Hex. It doesn't have like a countdown where you lose all your money. What if BTC hits 11K for any reason? Hex may go under a penny. Bro Trader, that's possible. Yeah. On the way down, I am not one of these people who thinks Hex is decorrelated. It's right now it's decorrelated because of the possible launch of Pulse Chain. But once markets are back to normal and Pulse Chain's launched, I think it's going to be more correlated with crypto. Just normal. It's Hart's law. Whatever's a pair with something, they go up and down together. Willa says, I'm here having issues with Patreon. Wouldn't let me log in. Okay. Patreon's goofy. Sometimes what I have on the phone is different than what I see on the desktop version. Like Hexfire.io, he has his own Patreon, and I'm a member of that one. And I don't see the posts that he's doing on the phone for some reason. I could see them on the desktop. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm new to Patreon as well, just like you guys are. Hey, Tom. My COSA yield yesterday was good. Oh, I'll check that out tomorrow. I'll definitely go and look at that. Hi, Franklin. What's Gucci? Super Hex. Yeah, I don't feel the bull yet, too. Yeah, I feel the wealth. I feel everyone getting excited, but it's for me, it's very, very cautious excitement. I'd be very careful with your steps here. Don't go overboard. Don't put too much in. But I mean, even if we're wrong, and say even if you did FOMO, I don't think it's going to be that much worse. Silvergate Bank can go under. Okay, Silvergate goes under, so that'll nuke a bunch of projects because there's a bunch of projects that rely on Silvergate for borrowing money and things like that. What else? What else can go wrong? How many big exchanges are left besides Binance? Kraken, which I highly doubt. I mean, Kraken was set up with some good investors and they got a good team behind them. They dotted every I and crossed every T. As far as I know, I don't use Kraken, but that's the impression I get from them because Trace Mayer was one of the investors, and Trace he was a friend of mine. He's kind of since disappeared, but he's one of those guys that was very, very particular about everything. He's a lawyer, so he's very like everything had to be done perfectly. We'll see. Did we just retest today? Well, it was last night where we tested the highs again, or we actually moved higher. But it looks like we're coming back down now. Bitcoin's at 23,432. We'll see where this one goes. Exactly. What's up, OG? Oh yeah, that was Super Hex. That was a cool photo of I think it was the G wagon that you have. Is that your G wagon? That thing's badass. If you could redo your hex stakes, what would you do differently? I would have been more diligent with the timing of them. I probably would have, like I always say, I'm the Jackson Pollock of hex. I just took my hex stakes and threw them at the wall. And then I fell into the whole FOMO of, what's it called? Big payday. Now, knowing what I know, I would not have gone for big payday. I wouldn't have worried about it. I would have sold before. I would have treated hex like every other crypto. I buy the rumor news, sell the news event. I would have sold a week or so before big payday, and I would have bought back after big payday. That was the play. I would have gotten way more coins by doing that, and then stake them out. Because the issue I have, and I'll be, you guys, if Richard hears this, he'll say, whatever, Randy. But I don't like that if you want to early unstake, and everyone has the option of early unstaking. If you got the big payday coins, you can't even unstake 1 day early. If you still unstake 1 day early, you lose all those big payday coins. And that's a reason to keep people hooked and staked, right? But had I known that earlier on, when I did some of those stakes, I wouldn't have done that many. I would have done maybe shorter versions right after big payday, maybe 1 year or 18 months after, instead of going for some 15-year stakes with big payday. In my opinion, that's bonkers. Sorry, Kareem. I'm much older than you, bro. I know Kareem is the guy like everything. Just go 15 years. Do the Hail Mary, man, dude. I'm gonna be 50 in a couple years. I'd rather not. I'd rather enjoy some of my money now. So, yeah, what would I do differently? I would do shorter stakes, and I would also layer or ladder out every 6 months or so. And another one that we could do is the rolling stakes. People like to boo-hoo about the people that do rolling stakes because they're causing the T-share rate to rise, these larger stakes. So if you have 10 million, 5 million, 3 million, 1 million hex, and you just keep rolling it every 3 months, you're pushing up the T-share rate. Everybody is. It has a stake coming out, but if you have a rolling stake, you're making it go faster. So I got no problem with that. Is it a problem overall for the Hex community? No, everyone does it differently. I just look back. I kind of wish I would have treated Hex more like every other crypto. I wouldn't have kept it liquid, but I would have staked for short periods of time. I think it's the same money sloshing around, USDT, USDC, pumping the markets. I wouldn't doubt it. Not at all. Lights out. Yeah. Can't trust them. Hey, Ted. Good to see you, sir. Proud Hex again. What's up? So much money is going to flow into RH coins in the coming bull. The FOMO will get scary. Hex, PLS, PLSX, Hedron, Icosa will decouple from BTC, ETH, and ETH. BTC, ETC will be insane. Yeah. I think it's Ted that he really enjoys the Maximus DAO token and all the other DESI and all that. So check into those as well. If you don't want to do stakes, that's another option for you guys. I agree with you, Randy. More pain coming, but the macro market being a dumpster fire sure is good advertising for crypto. It sure is. It is great advertising for crypto. But the crypto is not decoupled from the traditional markets. What is the first thing that these guys sell? These traders sell. They sell their crypto because it's easy. It's easy to do, and they can move money around. This Meet the Jubilee series was fun. Looks like it all played out to me. Yeah, we're not done with the Jubilee year. We still have till next September, until the end of Rosh Hashanah to complete the Jubilee year, the first year of the new 50-year cycle. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I still think CBDCs will be rolled out this year in one way or another, and the BRICS, the Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, their new coin backed by gold will be launched this year. And it will be a CBDC, but I don't think they're going to call it that, but it is a digital currency, and it's going to be used as a settlement layer between countries. And oh God, I can't remember who I was watching. It was on Rumble. I want to give the guy credit, but I can't remember his name. Older gentleman, white hair, big beard. He's the economist type, and he was talking about this new digital currency that the BRICS are rolling out, and all the countries that are signing up for it. It's ridiculous. The whole Middle East almost is signing up for this new digital currency that's going to be backed by gold, as well as almost all of Central America, including Panama. Panama's on the list too. I was like, what? Okay. Well, explain some of the moves Panama's doing. Panama's about to make Bitcoin, like, not legal tender, but you could settle debts with it soon. Pretty cool, just waiting on the Congress to pass it and the president to sign it. So if you listen to CoinDesk and these other these sites, they've been talking about it. They make it sound like it's already a done deal. But I know President Nito Cortizo. He doesn't like crypto very much. So the last time it came to his desk, he said, go work on it more. So if that happens in Panama, this economy is there's going to be a lot of people coming down here. I think El Salvador, because they were the first, they got the first movers advantage. But come on, if you're going to compare El Salvador and Panama, this place is like Miami. El Salvador is like a backwater compared. The bull is spurt, but the overall global picture says bear market. Major distractions now with pushing for war with China, spy balloon or satellite over the Pentagon. Come on, man. Yeah, exactly. EW1, really? Electronic warfare specialist, first class. Nice. I really like the adding Hedron to the stakes as well as letting it go. Yep, absolutely. Hey, Matt, I hear unstaking Hex is very expensive. Why is staking more expensive than unstaking? By what multiple? Double, triple? No, it's actually more expensive to unstake. It also depends on time. So if you unstake, maybe it is in the beginning. Maybe when you stake and you're only doing a short stake, maybe it is more expensive to stake. Because I heard someone say the other day they had a 6-month stake and only cost $3 to unstake it. But if you start going out years, like I had, my first stake was over 2 years old, I think, when I unstaked it. Wasn't it? Maybe a year and 9 months or something. because I had done it in December 2019, and yes, it was just under 2 years. That cost $600 to unstake, and I think ETH at the time was right about 3,500. That's what you call ouch. So yeah, that's when you wish you had Maximus tokens, right, instead of a stake. But with Pulse Chain coming, everything will be on Pulse Chain. We don't have to worry. The fees are going to be low. Your Ethereum stakes will still be there, so you could take some of your profits from your Ethereum stakes, send them over to, or from your Pulse Chain stakes, send it over to Ethereum to unstake your Ethereum side. Bird Dog, good to see you, sir. My hero. I hope the 2 or 3 big CXs don't collapse. They're useful even for degens in on and off ramps. Yes, that is true, Bro Trader. Absolutely true. Pepster in the house. Good evening, Rennie. Hey, Peppy. Hope you're doing well. That doesn't bug me. I have a problem where I can hold like forever. Yeah. Hey, I remedied that. My remedy was making sure that I have income coming in from our clients and things, not firing all our clients like we did in 2018. My son was born, I fired everybody. I was smarter this time. Didn't fire, so I didn't have to put the McDonald's cap on. I made sure I set myself up good. Hex Siren, good evening to you, man. True, exactly. A reason to keep people hooked. Good on you, Randy. Just an asset. They go up, they go down. Yeah. I just had to extricate my mind from the FOMO of the bull market when everyone was saying, "Stake, get big payday." I mean, I've got big payday, and those stakes are going to pay me a shit ton of X. Okay, I've looked at some of the numbers of those and the way they're growing. Holy crap! In 5, 6, 7 years, if Hex is still around, that's going to be a real big payday. But I still would like to have the option of unstaking it and not losing all of my big payday tokens. But hey, they programmed it that way. I have never understood being so eager to stake for 15 years. That only makes sense if you already made a lot of money from Hex. Well, Bro Trader, it makes sense for my kid too. I've done a bunch of stakes for him, and his first stake is a 13-year stake, and I made those in 2020. So, 2033, he'll have his first stake coming out. Not that I'm even going to tell him it exists. I'll probably, if I'm still around, kicking around, I'll take it and I'll just punt it out another 15 or something, or maybe 10 or something. We'll see. I'm sure there's going to be other cool things that come down the pipe. Hedron and Mycosa is not going to be the only cool project built on top of Hex. We're probably going to have a whole bunch of cool things by then. What is the minimal amount of Hex or T-shares you would stake so it's profitable over the gas? What is the minimal amount of Hex or T-shares you would stake so it's profitable over the gas? I wouldn't even do it right now. Wait till Pulse Chain launches. Then you don't have to worry about that question. Just keep it liquid, or use Maxi or Hedron HSIs. So when you do the end stake in the HSIs, it's much cheaper than actually doing a Hex end stake. J Cryptos, cheers. Ooh, my internet's been funky today. I had a meeting this morning. Luckily, it was one of my friends, Willow, in here. We lost power and lost internet. Like, man, today's been wild. Lost internet twice. That's very rare for us because we're on fiber optic. So bizarre. When my 5555 stakes, and I'll be 69 years young. I understand. Hex attracted a much older crowd than other cryptos. I was talking about this with somebody in my Patreon group, and we tend to be a little bit older than the normal cryptos as far as people that are attracted to Hex. We tend to be a little bit wealthier, which is totally different because as people age, they tend to build up extra income, or not income but savings, in order to participate and something like this. He's got a lot of guys that are real estate investors, whether it's Funding Jim or Corey Geary or Dane, these guys. But it's a different type. It's a type of person that isn't so inclined to be impulsive. We're way less impulsive than other crypto holders. Now, me, I'm an impulsive person. I know I am. I admit to you guys, I love going to the casino, right? I'm a casino guy. But most people that are in our community are not like that. They're calm, level-headed. They don't make a decision and go do it, right? That's what I see. Even the young folks, they're amazing. Maddie and those guys, man, they can stick to something, have an idea, and they keep running with it. Tim says, I won over 20 T-shares on Monday. Now I have 4 stakes on the yearly. Nice. Awesome. You guys got a grand opportunity right now because the price is cheap again. And I think you're going to have another opportunity when Pulse Chain forks Ethereum. When it's official, you're going to have another opportunity to pick up Hex cheap because everyone's going to be running to Pulse. It's going to be like, wee, Pulse Chain. I got to have my Pulse Chain. I see many new people in Icosa Telegram and other chats that are asking questions. Word of Icosa yield is getting out. Because I talk about it all the time. I don't even know what the APY is anymore. But prior to that, like I said, that big 1.3 million stake recently, 1.3 million Icosa stake, it was at 360% APY, but has definitely slowed down. I only staked for 6 months, 5 more to go. I think I'll take my interest in restake. Matt, that's sound advice. A sound thing to do. I can't argue with that. LOL, Kareem in the Dream Wallet. Go big or go home. Don't get it twisted. We're making billionaires, not millionaires. Dead top. Let's just do that in Kareem's voice. That's so funny. He's pretty set financially, right? He has a good position. He's a sales guy. One thing I love when I was a salesman is that you pretty much get to set your own income. You work as hard or as little as you want. And that's kind of what Kareem does. He works his butt off. Tuning in from cheese country, cheese and cracker country. I mean, Packer country. Right, Sarah? Cool. I've only been up there a couple times. When I lived in Chicago, I used to go up to Wisconsin, go watch the games, the old Milwaukee Brewers Stadium. I can't remember what it was called. I'm sure one of you guys will say it. When I was in boot camp, was it boot? Yeah, it was a boot camp. I carried the Louisiana state flag. I was in the state flags unit, and I remember going up my first time going to Milwaukee for the. We were performing the flag thing, and that was so cool. Being at the stadium, and because we were in boot camp, you don't get to do anything, so that was like a vacation. And I remember calling my mom, being so happy I can call my mom from the ball game. All the guys are watching the game, and I'm over there calling people because I got some free time. I'm gonna make some phone calls. Yeah, the BRICS thing makes me a bit nervous. The OPEC nations, especially, yeah. Of course, lights out. Every American should be nervous about what's happening with the BRICS. I know there's people out there like, oh, but the dollar's gonna be fine. The dollar's gonna be here for another 10 years. Yeah, it could be. Its current iteration, though, no way. No way. I think it was John that sent me some new people to start watching that talk about how the dollar really works. It's not just a petrodollar or something much bigger. It's called the euro dollar, and that's what we need to watch. If a lot of people sell their EHEX after the snapshot as expected, do you think it could cause liquidity issues? No liquidity issues. It'll just cause the price to dump. I brought it up in our meeting tonight, the Patreon group, the strategy meeting I had tonight. I brought it up that what happens to that price? How far down is it going to go? Is the OA going to pull liquidity? There's a lot of questions to raise but I know that Richard has said that he wants Hex to be expensive on all chains. And when he meant all chains, he meant Ethereum and Pulse Chain. He wasn't talking about ETH POW and Ethereum Fair. Those two are kind of on their own. But we as a community, if we wanted the price of Hex on ETH POW and ETH Fair to start rising, We can do it ourselves. We don't need an OA to participate. Maybe we should hire a market maker as a community. That'd be cool. B for bull market, M for milk market. Billionaires are going to be born. I wonder how many in this channel. Matt, there's going to be a lot. But look, guys, my goal, everyone has goals, right? My wife's goal, my wife and I, we have different goals. My wife wants a nice like penthouse or a nice apartment, a really nice place. That's cool with me, but I don't care. I'd rather just have a basic, nice place like this, but just have an extra bedroom. So my son could have his own bedroom because it's only 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Actually 3 baths because we have a maid's quarters. Every house in Panama, if you look it up, the rent, it says 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's not 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's actually 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. But the maid's quarters usually teeny tiny, and it has a shower and a bathroom and all that kind of stuff. But they never put that on the listings. So it's really is a 2-bedroom, 3 bath. That's typical in Panama. But my goal is to have a farm. I am not getting locked down again. I refuse to deal with that shit. I want a place far off the beaten path where they can't tell me what to do. And my friend here in Panama, he's got a whole bunch of land. He's got 60 hectares of his own, and his neighbor has 150 hectares for sale, which is 2 point something acres each hectare. So I'm probably going to buy 5, and I'm going out there in a couple weeks to go check out the land and see which hill I want to buy. So in the next bull cycle, we're buying land. Let's get ready for that because I'm not getting told I can't come out of my house again. Long, BTC, FTM, Matic, ETH, Hex, the 5 for me. Love RH products. Just do not want to live there. Just might sightsee. Yep. I was talking a bunch of projects tonight, but I'll keep that for the Patreon guys, just because, out of respect to them and the fact that I don't want you guys to degen too much. I think what RH has, what he's building is going to be pretty epic for everybody. It's going to change lives. Cream and Access Alive were on Hexray Vision. If y'all did see it, better put your FOMO. If you didn't see it, better put your FOMO pants on. Nice tin top. I got to get Access Alive back on, and Bob, those 2 guys. Speaking of Chicago, that's where Bob lives, and we'll get those guys on. We'll talk about it. Hello, Marion. What's up, Fam Bam? I keep having recurring nightmares of holding liquid Hex and decreasing my T-share value. T-share value. Why would your T-share value go down? I mean, just in USD terms. USD terms. Yes, AVAX is looking really good. I love AVAX. Wow, $600 I staked at Xmas time for 6 months, cost about $2 for gas then. Beautiful. Likely to unstake 6 months. Maybe it's going to be $10, but we don't know what the Ethereum price is going to be. If the Ethereum price comes back down, it'll be cheap. But if it stays here, goes a little bit higher, it might cost you $10 or $15. Sweet Mr. TT, I'll check it out. What are you guys talking about? Greetings from the Philippines, more power. Greetings. I've been loading up on Maxi with my DCAs. Feel like I'm cheating on Hex. Yeah, but it's still Hex. It really is, because a bunch of Hex was sent to the smart contract to back Maxi. So it's still Hex. Just a derivative. Hey, Crispy Man. Hexfire.io. That's Crispy Man's page. Go check it out. And he's on his Patreon now to help him to support him and the cost of keeping Hexfire.io up, because it is not cheap. What's up, fan? Are you part of the HexPH chat? What's HexPH? Can you remind me of your play when Pulse Chain launches? I'm estimating 14K at launch from SAC. 14K. I'll go as high as 20, just because of the rush, the mad rush. It's going to be epic. But it's gonna be a wild ride. So you're gonna have your ups and your downs. Just be careful trading it, guys. Be careful. Use those Pulse X limit orders. It's the reason why Richard had the limit orders built into Pulse X. It makes the order books look better, helps stabilize the price better. It's just a good thing to have. The one thing I missed in this whole DeFi world that we've been in, because I haven't used centralized exchanges since 2018 or so, maybe early 2019, is that I haven't used limit orders and I miss them. So PulseX looks like it's going to bring that to us again. Cool. I have got to read my comments before I send them more often. Sorry, I got the steak and unsteak backwards. No problem. Slap the like people. Too many ninjas in here. Yeah, please, Hex Adler. Appreciate that. Yeah, the 15-year stakes are not for me, but for the kids. Functional crypto, that totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. There's got to be, as we get older, shit happens. Whether it's health wise or something, we got to be prepared. And what if something happens and then my insurance doesn't cover it, and so I have to go come up with 50 grand really quick. I gotta kill a head stake just to be able to pay a medical bill or something. I don't want to do that. But that's so. What I told my wife was the way I make myself feel better about my hex stakes is that we do have Pulse Chain coming. We have PulseX coming. We can borrow against our Pulse Chain. We can borrow against our PulseX now, thanks to Power City. So we're gonna have options. If we need money, we can use those things. I'm 38, so 55 stakes will be good timing, I think, to go on a trip. Yeah, sure. That sounds great to me. I don't know about you all, but Access Live knows how to get my fundamentals going. Hex Force 1 says, yep, I'm 53. I have a 55 stake, 11-year average length. Yeah, same as me, 11-year average length. Mom says, you realize I'll be 82 when my first 15-year stake ends. If I'm not here, still enjoy it. I will, Mom. Ray Kareem parties in Miami is inspirational. Really? Is he a heavy partier? Interesting. Well, he looks like he's a partier. How can I buy the Pulse sacrifices of people tired of waiting? Don't do it. Apparently, there are people willing to sell. Don't do it. The problem is they originally set up the keys. They have all the keys for that wallet and everything. So it's very, very, very risky, right? Be careful. My Navy boot camp was at Great Lakes. Yep, me too, Crypto Dave. Great Lakes, Illinois. And then I worked at, after hospital core school there at Great Lakes. So I was at boot camp, then hospital core school. So a total of like maybe 7 months there, 8 months. And then I did like a 3 or 4 month stint over the winter at the Naval Hospital before I got sent to Pensacola. And I was in charge of like shoveling the driveways and, what's it called? Doing the, God, I can't remember. I've been away from snow for so long. What's just the shoveling and the snow blower and all that kind of stuff. Getting up at 5 a.m. to make sure all the driveways and the sidewalks are clear. It was nuts, man. Chicago. I grew up in Rochester, New York, okay? But it's usually not that windy. Chicago, they call it the Windy City for a reason. Man, your whiskers, your face just turns to ice. I was in the choir at boot camp, so I didn't have to march with a gun out in the freezing cold, saved by the pipes. There you go, Crypto Dave. There you go. Same with me. I was state flags. And we only had one company commander in the Navy. That's what we call a drill sergeant. We had one, because if you're in a choir, you had one as well. So we didn't have 2 or 3 guys yelling at us. We only had one, and my guy was a drunk, and he he barely ever showed up. But when he showed up drunk, man, we got our asses kicked. He used to make it rain. Have you guys ever heard of making it rain? Well, in boot camp, they do. Now we make it rain. They PT us like high intensity workouts in the barracks with 100 guys, and you're sweating so much that you start to get droplets on the ceiling. They call it making it rain, dude. But when you're 18 years old, it's fine. Today, no, would never go for that again. Oh, Miller Park Stadium. There you go. Thanks, Sarah. That's in Milwaukee. I could see Miami erecting a statue of him in the future, and maybe just naming a street after him. Franklin, oh, you guys talk. Kareem. That tweet by ETH sent ETH flying. Nice to see. Hey, I've got a bunch of ETH. I had sold. Remember when everyone was pumping Hex on ETH? I sold all my liquid Hex over there and bought ETH with it, just as a play, just in case something happened. Reacted was where I heard it. YouTube. Yeah, what are you typing? You drunk over there? Can I come out on your 5 acres one day? For sure. For sure. It's 5 hectares. It's more like 12 acres. That's what he's offering me. And I can get much more if I want. It all depends on how things go over the next couple of years. I have one small 55 stake. Might not be around in 50 years with the lunatics in charge. We all might be evaporated. That is true. It's sad, but it is true. Stake differently would have made less stakes. I made a number of 1 T-share stakes. Should have consolidated. Yeah. 1 T-share stakes. The whole thing is because especially on Ethereum is that your principal, not your principal, but your fees on Ethereum are going to eat into that. Just found out ticker RHWR stands for Richard Hart was right coin. These Pulse Doge reward coins are fun. That is great. Great Lakes is awesome as far as Navy goes. Yeah, it was, Crispy. We had a good old time. And then my graduation day, when I was, I had this Louisiana state flag and I had it on my side and we were out on it wasn't my graduation day. I think it was because we do like 4 graduations. It was like the 3rd one. And I put my flag up and my eagle on top of my flag went flying off. It was so embarrassing. But I didn't move. I just kept my flag there. Somebody else had to come grab it. Corey Station in Pensacola for my A school. That's where my brother went to. He was a CTR. I was a cryptology tech, my brother was, and I was a corpsman. So I went, and Pensacola was aviation medicine school. For you guys don't know, Pensacola is one of the coolest spaces in the Navy because you have the Blue Angels there, and the Blue Angels are constantly practicing. So that was really interesting. And just the waterfront was absolutely gorgeous. Hey, Funkmaster Hex. It's a PT, yes, physical training. Beat the crap out of us. That is a true concern. Is there a contract yet that we could set? So, example, if a wallet is untouched in, say, 12 months that our crypto gets sent on, I'd hate to have my time up and leave millions too. Yeah. That would be, someone was talking about doing that. You have like a system where you can put it into a time lock and it can't be touched, just in case, like a dead man switch. Like if you pass away and you don't check on it every 6 months and keep it open, that it will lock and then has to wait for a certain amount of time before it's unlocked. I've heard of the stuff being built for that, but yeah, see, it just lays dormant. Exactly. I'll never look at making it rain the same again. Yeah, military is fun like that, Franklin. We got a lot of our own sayings, especially in the Navy. We were just an odd bunch. Brown Bear, caught you live. Now that I'm going to watch. Now, what am I going to watch in the morning? Wow, you can't sleep, huh? Nice shepherd you got there. Is that what's it called? Australian Shepherd? I think that's what those dogs are called. Way too hyper for the city, though. Matt and Bali. Oh, I skipped your comment. Sorry. See the Blue Angels of Massachusetts? Yeah, they're amazing. So my friend Corey, his last name was something Iron. He went to Pensacola from Sicily. I think it was in 1994, and he was the corpsman for the Blue Angels. That's the job we did, aviation medicine. So we would take care of the pilots and the air crews and stuff like that. And after he left, he messaged me and he says, Randy, would you want to put in for this billet? Billet means position at a certain base and stuff like that. You want to come work for the Blue Angels? And I was like, nah, bro. I said, I've always been a little bit overweight, right? And I was like, man, those guys look too perfect. They're going to want me to be like chisel chested and all that. I was like, nah, I'm getting out of the Navy. So I turned that position down. But hey, he offered it to me to put in a good word. But didn't want to do it. But that would be cool to say at my age, like, hey, I was in the Blue Angels. But turned that one down. But Corey did it. He was a smart man. A Welsh sheepdog. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Maddie Allen is the maker of the Dead Man Switch. Ah, okay, Tortoise Johnny. All right, cool. What made you consider a career in the U.S. military? Some of the more known hexagons, like Hexagon RG3, had similar backgrounds. Well, for me, it was simple. My dad, my real dad, told me, he goes, "I've helped you enough because my mom's here. My mom will verify. My dad always paid his child support. He always saw us every other Sunday. He was a great dad, and he took care of us. But he told me, he goes, if you want to go to college, you got to find your own way. I'm not paying for your college. I took care of you all growing up. You got, your child support, all that was done. And I thank him for that. But he made it clear that I had to find my own way for college. So I said, okay, I'll join the Navy. And they were pissed. My dad and my stepmom, they were totally anti-military. Like, no way, because she had grown up as a military brat. She was an Army brat. She's like, that's terrible. You can't choose to do that. I'm like, well, you told me I'm not going to get any help, so I'm doing it on my own. So I joined the Navy, and I chose hospital corpsman because I went on a missionary retreat, or a missionary trip, sorry, to Grenada in 1991. I think my junior year in high school. And I really just felt the need for helping people. And I thought maybe I'd want to be a doctor someday. So I said, let me test it out, being a hospital corpsman in the Navy. It worked out. I had a good time. Yeah, Tim's a Navy vet as well. 4 years in San Diego. Nice. 2 Westpacks, really. Beautiful. Westpac means West Coast, West Pacific. That's where his ships went. Yeah, Maddie. Is there a river or stream on the land you're looking at? Yes, we have a natural spring. My friend's been there 20 years. And it's near the ocean. And the ocean is separated from the land by mangroves. And for those of you guys who don't know, mangroves are super, super important. And it's like a bird sanctuary because when they do their migrations, they all stay in the mangroves. He said, and when it's that time of the year for the migrations, he said it's absolutely gorgeous. See all kinds of birds that you would never see before. Will be good for hydropower. Yeah. I don't know if it's a above ground stream though. I'll see. Excuse me. We're going out there in a couple weeks. It's like 2.5 hours off the main road with our 4x4 to get there. In the rainy season, it's unpassable. You can't even go out there during the rainy season. But the government is now currently building a bridge over it's called the Bayano River, Bayano. They're building a bridge to reach that area, and then maybe a couple of years later, they'll build a nice paved road. But they're in process of building a bridge right now, and that's going to decrease the amount of time it takes out to get out there by like an hour and a half. So I'm really looking forward to that. So right now is the time to get in for me to buy the property. Time pays me too. Yeah. Similar for me, I wanted to pay for my college. I didn't know what to study or where to go, so I joined the Navy. There you go. Exactly. I took my ASVAB. That's the test you join the military with. At Westover, lived in Chicopee for a bit. Daughter was born there. Ever been? No, haven't been, Alfred. Nope. Sup, folks? Hey, Brian. Keep talking. You got to make me your neighbor. Mudhog. I will never forget the day your father came over to sign your entrance papers to the Navy. He was not happy to do so. I know. Because I was 17. I think I was 17 when I did it was 1 year before I left. He was pissed. And every other weekend that we would go out to my dad's house, he tried to talk me out of it. No, I'm not doing it. Hey, Randy, glad to catch you live. I don't have any Hedron because I'll be getting it when my first hex stake is up. But as a result, I don't have any ICOSA as I'm waiting for the Hedron for my hex stakes. Well, late 28, you don't have to wait. You can mint the Hedron that you have right now. Okay, you don't have to wait. You could just remint it again later. So maybe I think that's a common misunderstanding with Hedron. You think you have to wait until the stake is near the end? No. You could be like me. I mint every couple weeks and I use it for other things. People are like, oh, Randy, where do you get your money from to buy other coins? Hedron. Sorry, but that's my common source because it's like continually flowing in. Uncle Will, Sonar Tech, cool. Nice. Were you on subs or you were on the surface? Randy, do you know when the Aurochs wallet will be available for Android? They're waiting for Apple first. When Apple approves it, then they'll start working at the end on the Android. That's what that was announced on Sunday when they had their little get together. How's everyone's night? Glad to be home from work. Hey, Define DeFi. Best supplement to rid spike proteins? Probably selenium. Check out selenium, guys. That's really good for dealing with protecting you from spike proteins. As far as getting rid of them, I don't know anything that's going to get rid of spike proteins. But you can definitely try. What's the one I always talk about? Zeolite. Check the Zeolite. Links below if you want the Zeolite. But yeah, selenium is super important for helping protect your body against the spike proteins. Pearl Harbor Shellback. Nice, Uncle Will. Hey, y'all, boop the like, you Randy fuckers. My name means horny in the UK. Okay, guys? Just letting you know. That's why he said that. Yeah, I joined the Royal Navy for school and to drink myself stupid. Needless to say, don't drink anymore, but I have a bunch of school. Requilled as Doc, age 40. Requilled as Doc at age 46. Nice. Cool. Congratulations on that. Most people can't do that. NFA, but I think my imaginary friend should be DCing into ICOSA. Well, the really good chance for ICOSA was like 3 months ago or 2 months ago. It was like between 23 and 30 cents. Knox class frigate, the USS Badger. Beautiful. That's a bumpy ride right there. It's not a very big ship. So you're cruising alongside the aircraft carrier and they're going smooth as butter. And you're like, wha-bam, wha-bam. Oh, my God. Should I be looking up what spike proteins are? Sounds concerning. Spike proteins are the proteins that are when someone gets the juice, the thing that I can get banned from YouTube for talking about. That's what they put off. So when when our tutor for our son last year, she came in the house one day and I was concerned about spike proteins, and I knew that she was a person that liked to get. She was going to be getting her third soon, and I told her, I was like, "Look, the next time you get one, could you let me know ahead of time, and I'll pay you for 2 weeks just to stay home." Well, oh, Randy, don't worry, I just got mine last week, because it was over the weekend, and that was another week, and she said she had gotten it on like Wednesday, so that means she had been tutoring my son. So Thursday and Friday. And that night that I said that to her, that night my son started puking like crazy. He's never been sick like that ever. And then I got sick. I started having the muscle spasms. Like you wouldn't believe. I had to sleep with a towel or a washcloth in my mouth not to bite my tongue. That's how bad my spasms were. And Anna lost her sense of smell. So we all caught it because we didn't go out a lot. The only thing we really do is go to the park. And but we believe we caught it from the spike proteins from her. And it's very well known that once someone gets a jab of anything, if someone gets the one for the flu, you don't, there's a reason why after you get it, you don't want to be around other people because you have spike proteins and you could pass it to them, especially with live versions like we used to get back in the day. So, some people don't believe it, but man, I think we experienced it firsthand. And I was sick. It ruined our Christmas. I was in bed for 2 weeks. Anna was sick for about 5 days. My son was sick for probably 3 days, just every night, just puking. During the day, he's perfectly fine. At night, it was disgusting. Yeah. So that was my experience with spike proteins, and I was pissed. What are the cheapest chains to mint Zen on? Oh, I'm guessing Polygon Polygon's probably going to be the cheapest. But a lot of people use bots to do it on Polygon because it was so cheap. Here, anything skin for answering my DMs on Twitter. You are a legend. You're welcome, Matt. So welcome. Saw a study where egg yolks helped against Rona. I believe it. Eggs are super powerful, but for some reason they're super expensive in the US. I don't get it. All right, charts time. Yeah, let's look at let's see what Icosa is doing. 74 cents for Icosa. Look at that. Beautiful. It almost hit 80 cents. Whew. Wow. Very cool. All right. Let's go to Bitcoin. This is the weekly chart for Bitcoin. Look, we still have a green RX indicator. Still, I can't complain about anything I'm seeing here. This is still bullish. All right. Although I think the macro market is dangerous, the little market that we're in called crypto still looks quite bullish. We do have a red arc. So we got two signals here. Let me get rid of one of them. Get rid of the BGMC. Get rid of this. Shit. Okay, let me see. Go Aurochs indicator. There you go. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days we've been red. And we've been red, but it's not responding red very much. And that's on the daily. So I wouldn't trust it too much on the daily. Use the Aurochs indicator on the weekly or monthly. They haven't fixed the monthly chart for Bitcoin and Ethereum yet. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I keep asking, and they say, "Oh, we're working on it. We're working on it." The demand index still looks good. The BGMC, the AI, which is the Aurochs indicator paired with AI, it just went below the red. So that's a sentiment change. That could be a sign that we're going to get that elevator down. Just be careful out there, folks. We're down 1.4% today. And the full moon is, now can't forget our full moons, guys. Full moon is in 2.6 days. All right, here's Ethereum on the weekly. Just keeps making that elevator. Not elevator, the stairs looking good. But if you guys are a veteran of crypto, you know how the stairs end up. They usually come back down with an elevator ride. Daily. So we're in a third day, green RX indicator, and we just passed over the red. The green passed over the red on the moving averages, the 10s. And look, everything's bullish. There's nothing here that's not bullish. Monthly for Hex, we're nicely bullish here, except for the demand index. We haven't gone back over zero, and we need that to really convince me that we're truly bullish for Hex. Daily. Now see, this is everything here is beautiful. This is bullish, guys. Hedron's down 2.63% today. Still on the weekly, we're still sell. All right. But we did cross over the demand index. So that is a change in the sentiment. It's a good sign. The daily. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's keep that up, Hedron. Let's do this. URIS token. That's the token for Aurochs. So you could stake or not stake, but have some in your wallet. You get all the features. You won't have to pay for the features when it does become where you have to pay. Right now, you just have some extra features that you can use, signals and things. But yeah, you got the green. And Avalanche is down almost 5% today. It did pump all the way up to 22.77. Did anybody take any profits? Because we had the red Aurochs indicator, but it's still pumped for it's been for 3 days, and it went all the way up here. You doubled. You guys doubled if you're listening to me back in the day when I told you like a month ago. But that's it for those. Congratulations if you guys took profits on your Avalanche. That was a double. Sell on a double. Unfortunately, my ex got my son jabbed within a few weeks was when I had a stroke. Ah, shit, George Jobs. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Not the only one, though. It's affecting every family. Defiant DeFi, thank you. Mirko Crow Cop head kick. What the hell is that, Tortoise Johnny? You know why in the US you have to refrigerate eggs? It's required that they get washed to reduce risk of salmonella. Yep. Oh my God, I got a story for this. Oh, so my best friend back in the day, we don't talk anymore because during the whole BLM thing, she chose BLM. So it's like she lost her goddamn mind. But so she came down with another friend of hers, and the other girl that she came with was a restaurant owner. She comes to my house. You know, I had a beautiful condo looking out over the park, about 20 minutes from here, and I'm sitting in the patio, and she comes out all concerned. All concerned. This restaurant owner, not my friend, but the one that she brought down with her. She goes, Randy, can I talk to you for a second? I'm like, yeah, sure. What can I do for you? Are you enjoying your coffee? She's like, yeah, I want to talk to you about your eggs. Okay. She goes, why aren't they in the refrigerator? I said, because they're farm raised eggs. She goes, yes, but this is a risk of salmonella poisoning. You should have your eggs in the refrigerator. I said, they haven't been washed, so they're safe to stay outside. No, that's not true. I own a restaurant. I'm like, God. So anybody who in the Navy, we have something called preventative medicine. So every Navy corpsman has to go through a couple days of preventive medicine. To there's actual schools you go to go to the next level to be like an inspector for restaurant or for the galley to work on the ship to make sure, you know, make sure everything's safe to eat and all that kind of stuff. But you have a basic knowledge of this stuff. And I remember being told that eggs were washed, and the reason why you have to keep them refrigerated after washed because there's this like thin layer of membrane that's washed off, and it leaves them open to bacteria. She didn't believe me. There's nothing I could do to convince her. Even if I pulled up, I don't remember if I pulled up Google, but I don't think she would have believed me even then. So that was the first morning she's in my house. I'm like, I'm not getting along with this woman. She needs to leave. So she ended up staying at the Marriott after about the third day. We just did not jive. My friend, she stayed with us, but not my other one. She's like, ciao, see you later, Felicia. So I thought that's a funny story. And it's all about eggs. Thank you, Randy, for your health tips. Very informative. You're welcome, George Chops. And I promise I'm going to make a video about all the health things I've learned, or at least maybe a series of them. Hoping we go bull, put a 25K BTC run is still a textbook bear market rally. And the macro TA says we need to go lower to fill in the gaps. It always works out like that, right? In your opinion? Absolutely. Better health tips here than most health channels. Thanks, Randy. You're welcome, Hex Monkey. Thank you, Randy. Glad to be on Patreon. Have a great night. You too, guys. I'll hold my Vax longer. I bought a 15. You did good. You did good. Yeah, everyone was keeping it. INJ is looking like a strong play, not shilling, but if you want a good play, INJ. What's the actual name of the coin? Injin? Is that one of the Korean coins? Health is wealth. It sure is. Easter cancel. Farm Fresh can stay on the counter for weeks. It sure can. Yeah. But some people, school tells them they know more. If your goal is to hold RH coins long term, 4+ years, what risk is ratio trading during the launch? Can't afford much ETH. Would love to get a hold of 1,000, 2,000 worth of PLS, PLSX. Will DCA during clips. Ratio trading is the way it's at. You just got to be careful and use the limit orders. You do not want to be the guy who misplaces 1-0 and gets wrecked. If you use limit orders, you have less chance of making an error, just because it takes longer to do and you have to count everything out. Just be real careful with the whole ratio trade thing. Have all your plans before you start, because you can get wrecked. Clentrones, yeah, exactly. I have a source for non-washed eggs, fertilized too. Can anyone say chicken soon? Nice, Mud Hog. Beautiful. Hey, I missed the meeting today. Will it yeah, Moonmut, it's up there. I put it on Patreon. It's on the Patreon page. It's already downloaded and then loaded to Patreon. Some people just think they know everything. Yeah. Kick to the curb. Get out of my house. Go stay in a hotel in a little tiny room and you miss out on my beautiful patio. I was on the 18th floor looking out over the park, which used to be a golf course. It was gorgeous, that place. But I couldn't handle it. It had if you guys ever heard of infiltration, these buildings are made of concrete, right? So when there's earthquakes and stuff, which we have occasionally, you get a crack in the wall. So the water, when it rains, would seep into the cement. And that apartment in the master bedroom, within the closet, there was this big crack, and you'd wash the mold off, and it would come back within days. It was terrible. So it was really bothering me. So I had to move out of it. But I wish I could have stayed if it wasn't for that. Good night, Crypto Dave. Hey, Randy, thanks for the great content. True Crypto Alpha and loving the health info. Started it on Zeo lights, apple cider, and looking into selenium. Yeah, definitely check out selenium. I'm telling you, a great resource is TikTok for learning a lot about these things. I just saw a doctor earlier who he's talking about the different supplements people are talking. I can't remember his name. I didn't save it or anything, but he's an Asian guy, and he was just going through the different supplements, saying, okay, be careful with this. He goes, this one's true, but this claim is false. Oh, I know what he was talking about. Berberine. You guys ever heard of berberine? It's like equal to metformin. And they found that berberine is actually just as potent as metformin, which helps with type 2 diabetes. And it also helps with weight loss. It also helps lower your LDL cholesterol and a bunch of other cool things. And he's like, this statement's true, this statement's true, this statement's true. So if you want a good thing that's going to help, a good supplement to take is berberine. Berberine. So helps you lose weight too. Have I looked into GMX? Bro, I love it. And that's why I forked for Famous. I sacked for Famous. Injective? What's it? Oh, that's the token? No, I never heard of that one. No TFM. Looks SD. And Dr. H, we got to have you on for sure. Injured. Andrew Martis. Oh yeah, man. I was so quiet, man. When I was working with Dollar Vigilante, I was just because I was with them for 4 years. I kind of went really quiet, and I stopped creating content. See, that's what happens. That is the problem when you work for somebody else. You stop putting yourself first. You're stuck on the salary and all those kind of things, and you work for them a couple hours per day, and then you're like, okay, I'm done. Right? And that's what happens. I got lazy with my own content. Everything changed, though. Is the Famous stack ending soon? One of the smartest plays in crypto right now? No, I don't think so. They haven't said anything about it ending. But make sure you check the Telegram. Famous is because it's a copy of GMX Crypto Dave. That's why. Sup, Squidworth, Snoop Dougie Doug, Halo Quail, both listening. Hey, Little Quail or Little Doug. You guys are funny, man. All your little code words. Traders versus investor. It's a mindset. It sure is. Looked it up a while ago. Raw eggs have a 1 in 30,000 chance of salmonella. I regularly blend them. Risk versus low unless you are a restaurant. Exactly. Risk is low. Absolutely. I've heard blackstrap molasses is great. Know anything about it? Yeah, well, there's some things I can't say. Yeah. Plants love it. 20 degrees Celsius. Like, oh, I'm a negative. What? No. No, thank you. Y'all can join the Crypto Fitness Challenge until May 1st. Let's encourage others to be healthy. X Siren? Absolutely. I've been doing my, what's it called? My kettlebells and walking my 5,000 steps each day. I'm going to try liquidity out could help prepare for liquid loans. Yep, but you're going to have it on the test net. At least you'll have fiat.io and Power City and all that to play with. Jack Mr. Zen told Richard about it on their stream. I don't see what you're talking about, brother. Talking about what? You were busy putting a ton of us before yourself during TDV time. Yep. I appreciate that, Doug. Selfless service, my battle bro, and it'll never be forgotten. You're welcome, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think. Did you learn about Hex from me, Doug? That was early, man. I was telling you guys in 2019. It's good. So is pizza. LON small doses. Are you talking about berberine? Thanks for the content, Randy. Love it, bro. You're welcome. It is now. What's the best way to connect? Yeah, email's fine, or Telegram or Twitter. Spirulina is another one. I just don't like the taste of it, so I have to mix it with other stuff. Same thing with the mushroom, the lion's mane mushroom. I don't like the taste of it. It's awesome, Randy. Keep up the great work. Consistency is key. Yeah, been doing great. Brian in the house. Yeah, Brian's here. All right, Maddie, bro. I'm sorry you came at the end, man. We had a great stream as always. We were talking about you guys. It was a good one. Thank you everybody for coming out, and I will see you on Sunday. I kind of need the break, but I still got lots of meetings between now and then. So I told you, anybody who joins my Patreon gets a free 30-minute meeting with me, and it's going gangbusters, man. I can't thank you all. Appreciate it.